So I thought, thank you very much. So I thought it was very clarifying and important, both for your talk, but maybe for all of us, to make this distinction, to say the point is not to say that for Wittgenstein, or maybe for these other figures, that everything is theater, this kind of theatrum mundi idea, right? It's very tempting to fall into that. There are powerful examples of it, like Goffman and others, who kind of start to describe everyday life through theatrical terms and so on and so forth. But I think it's very important, and I was very glad that you made it, and I think that's true, that Wittgenstein doesn't do that. It's more a matter of describing his own writing method and maybe thought patterns and approach to language through this dramatic vocabulary. And that's a very different kind of project. So I just wanted to thank you for and highlight that aspect. And I wonder whether this will come back over the course of the next couple of days. On the one hand, the Theatrum Mundi, where everything is described in some theatrical way, and a project of describing the specific philosophical procedure of someone like Wittgenstein theatrically. So,
thank you very much. I think it's very important to make this distinction, because this is in the core of the Wittgensteinian thinking. Do not mix things. Do not mix a creation with life.
Right.
We do not create life.
Right.
We live. When we arrive here, there is all there already. And if we call this a dream, he says, it changed nothing. Because we have pains, we die, we are thirsty, and so on. We are dreaming. It's the same. And how have you learned the word dream? You will ask. Thank you.
Thank you for a great presentation. I'm not somebody who knows an awful lot about Wittgenstein, but listening to you starting about Goethe and Faust and the translation, I was wondering, is what you're talking about in terms of pain and related in any way to this kind of impossibilities of translation, that when your description of the Faust with the four different kind of word meaning, and that you didn't mention empathy, but for Wittgenstein, does translation and in terms of the world of a language or the world of a word have some relationship to that?
First of all, translation is one of the language games. It gives as an example in the paragraph 23. And for him, really it was very, very important, as Martin has said. He was only thinking in German, but he was speaking in English in his lectures and with his students. But you use translation in the way of reaction to another Spain or another proposition or sentence, and you can do it. Hamann would agree. All our language is a translation always. Sprechen is übersetzen. To talk is to translate. He didn't mention in Goethe there is no empathy in this text, in these verses, but he doesn't talk much about empathy, but it does talk about the affective work inherent of any sentence or word. For instance, if you look at your friend and you say, is my friend, it's not an automatus. What is to recognize someone as an automatus? Wittgenstein would answer, I cannot feel that he is feeling. It is the way he sees the thing. That empathy, in this sense, is always, but it is not. He does not use as an operator. He always uses the dramatic operator as formal, in a formal and also in a conceptual form. Formal is the texture of actions and reactions, but the conceptual is what we are doing. We are dancing. The two women are dancing in this passage of the film, and then the man begins to dance, slowly acquiring courage to continue with the women. And the other ones who have the babies, they don't dance, but are in the movements. This is a real language game in a certain way of life or form of life. And there's aesthetic aspects, conceptual aspects that which Wittgenstein do not think can be separable, and there is this affective or feeling element from the beginning, from the two texts. At the end of the two texts, you see there the mystic way of seeing the world is a feeling. It's not a proposition, it's a feeling. Thank you.
If there are no more questions, so we make an interruption for coffee break today. I beg to Paul to confirm this.